Welcome to the first video in our series on managing anxiety. I'm Dr. Bowman with the New London Counseling Center. Fear of the unknown makes anxiety worse. For many Americans, our lives have been completely flipped upside down. Maybe you aren't going to work anymore, or you don't even have a job. The kids aren't physically attending school. You're no longer able to go out and go shopping or go to the gym. There's so much that is out of your control right now that it can make the feeling of anxiety even worse. There is one thing that is in your control though, and that's your response to it. You can either choose to respond with fear and anxiety and stress, or you can choose to respond with kindness and compassion to yourself and a sense of calm and gratitude for what you do have. We can choose to live each day, each moment in a way that fully embraces being alive, being present, and experiencing whatever it is that we're going through at that time. Let's talk about ways that you can feel a sense of control and well-being in the face of so much uncertainty. By the way, when I use the term control, I'm using that really loosely because I think there are very few things in our life that we can fully control. But there are plenty of things that we can influence by our actions or our inactions. So let's talk about what you can influence. First, let's develop a plan to manage your responsibilities, like caring for family or children at home during this time. If you're a parent of younger children like I am, chances are you might feel a bit overwhelmed. You don't have much of a break. During our normal lives, we often have these natural built-in breaks in our schedules. Maybe when the kids are at school, or you're commuting to or from work, or before the kids wake up in the morning or after they go to sleep. You have a little bit of time for yourself or with your partner. There's a good chance that those breaks are fewer and farther between right now because kids and family are at home much more. So we're not getting those natural breaks throughout our day, and that can leave us feeling less energized, more fatigued, more irritable, more impatient. Imagine that you're a sleek sports car or a monster truck, whatever your preference. And you can run really efficiently when you're fueled up and you're taken care of. That's the ideal. With the current circumstances, there's a really good chance that you haven't been taken care of or fueled up like you should be. Maybe your physical performance isn't at its peak because you're sick, or you're not exercising like you normally would, or you're not eating healthy. All of those things are going to affect every aspect of your life and your performance. Your fuel tank is probably running low. You're probably just running on fumes just to get through every day. What can you do to get a refill? Take some time to develop a plan for how you can put energy back into your tank. Here's some ideas. Keep exercising. Try a new workout video or FaceTime a workout with a friend. Get creative. Did you always want to try a new hobby like knitting or wood carving or painting? Something that you thought would be interesting but you never had time for? Maybe now is the perfect time. Chances are you have a little bit more time on your hands than you used to. Get intellectual. Maybe being crafty or creative isn't really your thing. Maybe you lean more to the intellectual side. In that case, why not try learning something new? Why not dive deep into an exploration of a topic that you've always been interested in, like gardening or space or environmental conservation? Something that's really of interest to you. You can listen to TED Talks, download podcasts, get content from your local library online. There are lots of ways to learn about something new. Find what helps ground or center you. For some people, that might be praying, reading scripture, being outside in nature, doing yoga, meditating, going for a walk, doing a puzzle, whatever it is that just kind of helps calm and center you. Try that. Find ways to build in breaks throughout your day. If you have a partner or responsible adult at home, try establishing a plan where you can each get some alone time every day. For instance, if your spouse is going to work, maybe for the first 30 minutes when he or she gets home, you can just take a break and be alone to go read or go for a walk or do something that's calming for you. If you don't have a responsible adult at home to watch your children, think about all of your resources and try to leverage them. Do you have grandparents or friends that could maybe FaceTime with your children and read them bedtime stories or entertain them with games? Having somebody else entertain your children for a little while can give you a few minutes to just decompress. If you're working from home, try building in a few minutes on either side of your workday to do something that recharges you. For instance, maybe 15 minutes after you end work, you stay in your office to do some yoga or meditate. The last tip for this video that we're going to talk about today is to breathe mindfully. You might want to take a few breaths right now and just focus on what the breath feels like coming into and out of your body. What does the breath feel like as it moves in? Maybe you feel it coming in through your nostrils, going down your throat, or into your lungs. And feel what it moves like coming out of your body as well. The simple act of breathing is often overlooked because it's automatic. We don't have to think about it. But when we're working on managing anxiety, sometimes the simplest things are the most effective. Doing breathing exercises has shown to improve performance, to increase focus, to promote calmness, and to reduce things like stress, anxiety, and depression. Your breath is one of the many tools that you already have inside of you, and you're going to learn to uncover throughout the course of this series. If at any point in time you start to feel overwhelmed or anxious, you can always go back to your breath. You can always just take a few moments and focus on what the breath feels like. Really feel the sensation physically of what it's like moving into and out of your body. It can be really centering or grounding. And we'll talk a little bit more in this series about how to really harness that so that you can feel grounded in the moment. But for now, let's try an exercise on breathing. So take your hands and place one on your chest and one on your abdomen or your belly. Don't change anything about your breath. Just simply notice it. Notice which hand is moving more. If it's the hand on your chest, that's known as thoracic or chest breath. That tends to be a pretty shallow and rapid form of breathing. It's not as oxygenating and really fulfilling as a breath that is going all the way down into your abdomen or your belly. So if your belly is moving more, that means that you're really pulling more air down into your body and fully oxygenating all of your cells. That's a healthier, a better breath. The reason that I want to draw your attention to the breath is because when we start to focus on our breathing, we can actually become more aware of our physical and our emotional states. One of the signs of anxiety is rapid, shallow breathing. Some people refer to it as hyperventilating. When we breathe from our chest, that's a shallow breath, and it isn't as fully oxygenating as a deep breath coming from your belly. So throughout the day, if you notice that you're breathing really shallow and quickly, try to just take a few minutes to slow down your breath and shift it from your chest to your belly. Try it now. When you're doing that and taking nice slow breaths, you're activating what's called your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's a part of our body that calms everything down. It reduces our heart rate and our blood pressure, reduces our cortisol levels. Everything in our body is kind of slowing down, which is great, especially if you're having anxiety. I hope you've enjoyed this video and will join me next time as we explore more about the signs and symptoms of anxiety, what it looks like, how it presents for you. We're also going to be learning more tools about how you can manage it and how you can take care of yourself during this really difficult time. Try each day the best you can to do something kind for yourself and to express gratitude for something beautiful in your life. I'll leave you with this quote from LL Cool J. When adversity strikes, that's when you have to be the most calm. Take a step back, stay strong, stay grounded, and press on.
New London Counseling Center is still offering telehealth services to both new and existing clients regardless of financial situation. If you or someone you know would like to schedule an appointment with a member of our licensed clinical team, call 484-746-3112. Thank you for watching and for the generous contributions of those who have made mental health care accessible in our community. Want to take a more in-depth look at how to unwind, recharge, and live life with less stress and more calm? Follow the link in the description to sign up for alerts on our upcoming mindfulness-based cognitive therapy class.